Yep, I know that title and that thumbnail already got you hungry. And I'm gonna show you guys today how to make a classic pot roast in a Dutch oven. Y'all ready? Get in your kitchen, let's go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do a quick rundown of what we have. So right here we have our boneless chuck roast here. This is about 3 pounds. Here we have some potatoes. I got the small baby potatoes like this. If you have regular potatoes, you can use those. Just cut them up in half them or in quarters. Here we have some baby carrots. Again, you can use whole carrots. Just cut them down the size. Right here I have a whole white onion, and I just cut it thinly, sliced them like this. Got a head of garlic, some beef broth, some red wine vinegar, tomato paste, some balsamic vinegar, some brown ale beer here, canola oil, butter, and right here in this dish we have a mixture of salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Guys, just keep it simple when seasoning your chuck roast. Don't worry about getting all fancy. Salt and pepper, onion powder, garlic powder is enough. You're gonna see why. All right, let's get started. Also, guys, I wanted to mention that we are using some fresh herbs here. We have some fresh oregano here. We have some rosemary, and we have some thyme right there. So I'm using 3 sprigs of each. So don't forget to add this to your Dutch oven, all right? So let's go ahead and start with our meat. We're gonna go ahead and get it seasoned. So we're gonna take our seasoned blend, and we're gonna generously season this chuck roast. And you kinda wanna press that seasoning down inside or down onto the meat. And you wanna get it all around, all in the nooks and crannies. We're gonna turn that baby over. Look at that, we gotta get some right there too. And we're gonna do the same side, same thing on this side. So we're gonna set that aside while we heat up our Dutch oven. All right, so we're gonna start off by heating up our olive oil here in our Dutch oven. We're gonna bring that up to temperature over medium-high heat. All right, and once that reaches its smoke point, we're gonna add this seasoned roast. And we're gonna let this brown and cook for about 3 minutes per side. All right, guys, so it looks like we are good. We're gonna remove our roast, and we're just gonna sit this baby aside for the moment. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna sit it aside. We're gonna melt our butter, and we're gonna add our onions. Now, guys, you don't have to do it this way, but I like to, brown my onions just a little bit before I add my pot roast back into the pan. Just gives it that extra flavor. And we're gonna take some of that seasoning and we're gonna salt our onions with that seasoning. And we're gonna let this go for about 2 minutes. Now we're gonna add our balsamic vinegar along with our red wine vinegar. We're gonna try to get this pan deglazed at the bottom. Kind of scrape those bits off the bottom of your pan, help get some of that flavor. We're gonna come behind that with our beef broth, along with our tomato paste, our beer. Now guys, you don't wanna use the beer, you can definitely omit the beer. And we're gonna get that stirred in here like that. But you guys know I love cooking with booze. Now we're gonna place our roast back into our Dutch oven. We're gonna add our garlic head here. Add a few potatoes, some carrots. And we're gonna take all our herbs and we're just gonna sit it on top like that. As you can see, it's coming back up to a boil. Right now, I'm preheating our oven to 300 degrees. We're gonna sit it in our oven for 3 to 3.5 hours, and we're gonna let that baby roast. We're gonna cover it up, and now I'm gonna stick mine in my toast oven. You can put it in your oven, whatever you got. Doesn't matter, 3 to 3.5 hours. and we're gonna come right back. You wanna check it maybe every 45 minutes to an hour to make sure you maintain the level of your liquid. You don't want the liquid to completely evaporate, all right? All right, so we're 3 hours in. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove the lid and take a look at what we have. This is what I'm talking about right here, guys. And I'm gonna sit it back into our oven, uncovered, for about 20 to 30 more minutes, all right? And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna finish up the recipe. All right, so now we're back after that additional 30 minutes in the oven without the lid. So now what you can do is you make sure that your veggies are soft. You can see I put that right into the carrot. That's soft. We know our potatoes are soft, and we're definitely gonna get into testing of our meat to make sure our meat is fork tender. And I just stick that in there like that, and I'm pulling meat off already like that, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get our roast out of our pot onto a cutting board, and we're gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna continue with the recipe. So now we have our pot roast here on our cutting board. We're gonna let it rest for 10 minutes. And while we let it rest, we're gonna remove our veggies out of our pot into another separate bowl. And we're gonna take the liquid in the pot, place it on the stove. We're gonna bring it to boil, and we're gonna let that simmer also for about 10 to 15 minutes until that sauce thickens. Now, I'm not gonna show that part of the video. That's why I'm telling you guys to do it. We're gonna let this rest, and we're gonna come right back. Now that our roast has rested for about 10 minutes, we're just gonna go in here and start shredding these babies up. There you have it, guys. Classic pot roast. Not much to say. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's jump into quality control so we can give it a taste test. Yes, this is the time we've all been waiting for, quality control, guys. Man, let me show you what we got right here on this plate. Now, we already know them groceries. This is groceries here, dog. This is groceries. So we're gonna start off. Now, I made some homemade mashed potatoes, man. So I like homemade mashed potatoes. I don't like that packaged stuff, man. These homemade mashed potatoes with real potatoes. Don't get any better than that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And let's go ahead and get in. Well, let's try one of these carrots. The flavor is definitely on point. Let's try this potato. And I don't even really like cooked carrots like that. I eat them as a snack, just raw carrots. Cooked carrots, I stay away from, but these babies are good. It's soft too. And man, let's go to the star of the show, which is our pot roast. Oh man. Guys, straight groceries. Now we gotta do a combo. Mashed potatoes and the pot roast together. Listen, you guys gonna enjoy it. I'm sweating in this kitchen. I'm ready to finish this up. So until the end, y'all already know who I am. All wings, everything. And remember, I'm not a chef. I know after this, y'all gonna say, yes, y'all. But I'm still gonna say, I just cook a lot. And now I'm out. Peace.